What's up, good people? This is Tyler with That Worship Sound, and I'm back with another tutorial. This one is covering how to use the mod wheel to bring different elements of a layered patch, in and out. You're kind of starting to see this technique used more and more. So this is just a hopefully a brief tutorial on how you can set this up to work on any main stage concert and in any patch. So just a quick background. Here we have a blank main stage concert. I went to new, and I actually went to keyboard minimalist here, and then I loaded up the patch here titled That Worship Sound. This patch is available as part of the Worship Essentials 3.1 main stage template by That Worship Sound. It's amazing. There are some incredible patches in that. This is one of them. And the makeup of the patch is a piano, an EP. There are 2 pads. Then there is a low ARP and then 2 high ARPs here. So what I'm going to do first is go to layout. I'm going to actually add a horizontal fader because that seems like the end thing to do for this type of a setup. I don't need a display. And I'll make it a little bit thinner. And actually what I'll do is add some labels to it. I'm going to grab a text label here. You can format any text you type here by just highlighting it and clicking font. You can choose the size and whatever else you want to use. So I'm just going to say soft at this end of the fader. Right here, I'm going to have it say, I'll say medium. You could definitely put whatever you want to put. Just being simple for this tutorial. And at the end, I'll put big. So we kind of have identify this as having 3 dynamic sections: soft, medium, big. Cool. Now I'm going to click on the fader. I'm going to click assign, and I'm going to move my mod wheel. As you can see, it's now controlling the fader. And of course, you see the mod wheel control down here going crazy. Go back to edit mode. Oh, wow. I just completely misspelled this. I made it a little bit too small. There we go. Oh, and got to delete that. There we go. That was a little overwriting there from the patch. And I'm going to move the mod wheel. You can see big, medium, soft. Pretty cool, right? So this is how we're going to make these different elements come in and out. I'm going to click the fader, jump down here to this inspector window and go to mappings. There's nothing here. So I'm going to add some new ones. All right. So what I want to do is have the piano, the EP, and the 2 pads. Those can be on all the time. So those will be the basic default for soft. Now, when I hit medium, I'm going to want to bring in, I think I'm going to bring in low energy and pulse number 1. I want those both to come in. So what I'll do is click on the fader, go to this unmap tab, and I'm going to start with low energy. So I'm going to click on it, and let's go with volume for this example, but obviously you can actually control a lot of different elements. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set the range max to 0. I don't want to get too loud. And I'm going to click on scale parameter. So what we're going to see here in this small window here is on the y-axis here on the left is going to be volume. So it's going to be all the way at the bottom is going to be negative infinity. So like basically off. And then at the top will be 0 decibels. And then on our x-axis is the MIDI signal from the mod wheel. So we have 0 on the far left, and then 127 will be on the far right. So what I basically am setting this to do is that as the mod wheel moves up from 0 to about 64, the volume goes from 0 to, or goes from off basically to 0. So I'll show you how that looks now. So as you can see, if you look over here on this blue channel strip right there, or yeah, right here. Oops, sorry about that. I'm gonna move the mod wheel, and as the mod wheel hits about halfway, boom, it hits medium and the volume's up. Don't worry about the fader jumping. We're gonna fix that eventually. The next thing I want to do is repeat this same process for the pulse number 1 arpeggio. So I'm going to click the plus button here. Well, I clicked on the fader again, then I'm going to click the plus button and repeat that exact same thing for pulse number 1. So volume, I'm going to max 0. On parameter, I'm going to move this over to 64. As you can see here in the background in the gray area, it's previous mappings on other channel strips that are connected to this fader, so you can see what you're doing, make sure everything matches up. So I'm going to put that at 64, close that. So now if you look over here, these two channel strips are going to move together with the mod wheel. So I'm moving it up, moving the mod wheel up, hitting halfway, boom. These faders hit 0 right when I get to about halfway on the mod wheel. All right, last step. I want this green layer here, Modern Supersaw, to come in basically when I get here to big. So click on the fader again, click the plus symbol, and we'll go to Modern Supersaw volume, set the max to 0 decibels, open up the scale parameter. But what I'm going to have this do is start fading in at 64. And then when it gets all the way up here to 127, we should be at 0 decibels. Now, the reason why I'm doing this fade is that way I can kind of bring the sounds in gradually instead of, do something like this, then all of a sudden it just comes in really abruptly, the new sound. So by doing this, it kind of staggers the sound so it's real smooth when it comes in. So now if we look over here on the left side at these 3 channel strips, let me put the fader down all the way. I'll put all these here so you can see them all moving together. So if you look here, you'll see the actual mod wheel. This is our little fader, our 3 channel strips, and on here you'll be able to see the movement on the X and Y axis. So I'm going to start turning the wheel. The faders are going up. Boom, they hit 0. I keep going. Now our second one is coming up. Boom. Everything's in full volume, going crazy. So let me turn this down and I'll demo it for you. So starting off, we have just the piano, the EP, and the pads. Okay, that's enough. So basically, you can tell during that I was kind of like bringing the elements in and out with the mod wheel. Super easy to do, super easy to set up. You can do it in any main stage concert, any patch. You just got to grab the mod wheel. I guess for this example, I used a fader, but you could actually program this in the mod wheel itself, or just add a fader, something like this, just in the bottom of the concert or somewhere out of the way. If you need a visual reminder, but if you don't need the visual reminder, you could definitely tuck it away to make it super small, something like that. So yeah, that's how you would do it. And hopefully you enjoyed this tutorial. Hopefully it made sense. If you have any questions or feedback, shoot us an email, support@thatworshipsound.com. Have a great day, guys, and thanks for watching.